Today, we're diving into cascading style sheets, or CSS, a fundamental technology for web design. CSS empowers us to control the appearance and layout of our web pages, making them visually appealing and organized. Now, let's explore the core syntax of CSS, which defines how we write our styling rules. Remember, every CSS rule we write precisely defines how specific HTML elements will be styled on the page. First, we have the selector, which is crucial for targeting the right elements. A selector identifies the specific HTML elements you want to style. For instance, P targets all paragraph elements. Next, we define the property, which describes what aspect of the element we want to change. Properties define aspects like color, font size, or margin, allowing us to customize various visual attributes. Finally, we assign a value to each property, specifying the exact styling we desire. The value specifies the actual setting, like blue for color or 16 pixels for font size. There are 3 primary ways to apply CSS to your web pages, each with its own use case. Understanding these methods is key to choosing the most effective approach for your styling needs. First up is inline CSS, a method for applying styles directly to individual elements. Inline CSS is written directly within the HTML element using the style attribute. This method uses the style attribute within the HTML tag to apply specific formatting. Next, we have internal CSS, which allows you to style a single HTML document. Internal CSS is defined within a style tag, typically found in the head section of your HTML. You place these styles in the head section of your HTML document, affecting that page only. Finally, external CSS is the most common and recommended way to manage styles. External CSS is stored in a separate CSS file, promoting better organization and reusability. You link this external style sheet to your HTML document using the link tag in the head. Let's delve into the core CSS selectors, which are your tools for targeting specific HTML elements. These selectors are essential for pinpointing elements, allowing for precise and efficient styling of your web pages. First, the universal selector, represented by an asterisk, targets every single element on the page. It targets all elements on the page, applying a style universally, which can be useful for global resets. Next, the type selector targets elements based on their HTML tag name, like P for paragraphs. It allows you to style all elements of a specific type, such as all H1 headings. The class selector targets elements that share a specific class attribute, identified by a dot. This is great for applying the same style to multiple elements across your website, regardless of their type. The ID selector targets a single, unique element by its ID attribute, starting with a hash symbol. Remember, an ID should be unique to one element on the page, ensuring very specific targeting. Finally, grouping selectors allow you to apply the same styles to multiple different elements. You can group selectors with a comma, making your CSS more concise when elements share styles. Let's dive into some practical examples of CSS selectors, understanding how they help us target specific elements on our web pages. We will explore how to target different HTML elements using a variety of selector types, making our styling precise and effective. First up, let's look at the class selector, a fundamental way to apply styles to multiple elements. The class selector targets HTML elements possessing a specific class attribute, identified by a period or dot, followed by the class name. This code snippet shows how to define styles for elements with the highlight class, setting their background color to yellow and making the font bold. Next, we'll examine the ID selector, which is used for styling a single, unique element on your page. The ID selector targets a unique HTML element through its ID attribute, prefixed with a hash symbol, followed by the ID name. Here, we see how to style an element with the header ID, giving it a blue background and white text. Now, let's explore the descendant selector, which allows us to target elements nested within others. A descendant selector targets elements that are nested within a specified parent element, using a space between the parent and child selectors. This example demonstrates how to make all paragraph elements inside a div element appear in a gray color. Finally, we'll cover the child selector, which is more specific than the descendant selector. The child selector targets elements that are direct children of a parent, specified by the greater than symbol between them. This code applies a square list style to list items that are direct children of an unordered list. Let's explore the core techniques essential for creating responsive designs, ensuring our web pages look great everywhere. Our goal here is to understand how to make web pages seamlessly adapt and display beautifully on any device or screen size. Media queries allow us to adjust styles dynamically based on the screen size, optimizing the user experience for different devices. Flexible layouts involve using relative units for dimensions, enabling elements to scale proportionally across various screen sizes. CSS Flexbox is a powerful tool for arranging items efficiently along a single axis, either as a row or a column. CSS Grid provides a robust system for designing complex two-dimensional layouts, organizing content into both rows and columns. Today, we'll compare Flexbox and Grid Layout, two powerful CSS tools, to help you choose the right one for your needs. Understanding their differences is key to selecting the most appropriate CSS layout system for your specific web design challenges. Let's start by looking at Flexbox and its primary characteristics as a layout system. Flexbox is primarily designed for one-dimensional layouts, arranging items either in a single row or a single column. It excels at aligning items and is an excellent choice for simpler layouts that require content distribution within a single line. Flexbox offers dynamic sizing of items, allowing them to shrink or grow to fit the available space effectively. Now, let's shift our focus to CSS Grid and understand its unique capabilities for layout design. In contrast, CSS Grid is built for two-dimensional layouts, enabling you to manage both rows and columns simultaneously. It is ideal for complex layouts where you need precise placement and alignment of elements within a structured grid. CSS Grid offers superior control over the precise placement of items, making it perfect for intricate page structures. Let's outline the typical workflow when using CSS preprocessors, from installation to linking the final CSS. The first step in our workflow is to install your chosen CSS preprocessor, such as SAS or LESS, on your system. Next, you'll compile your preprocessor files into standard CSS, a process often automated by build tools. Finally, you link the generated, compiled CSS file to your HTML document, just like any other style sheet. Let's now summarize the essential concepts we've covered about CSS, bringing everything together for a clear understanding. We'll focus on the key takeaways, providing you with practical insights for effectively styling your web pages. Remember, CSS fundamentally uses selectors to target HTML elements, applying styles through properties and their corresponding values. We learned that you can apply styles in three main ways: directly inline, within the internal style sheet, or externally linked. CSS offers various selectors, allowing you to precisely target elements by their tag, class ID, or even their relationships. Responsive design is crucial for adapting layouts across devices, utilizing powerful tools like media queries, Flexbox, and Grid. A key distinction is that Flexbox is ideal for one-dimensional layouts, while CSS Grid excels at two-dimensional structural arrangements. CSS preprocessors, such as SAS and LESS, significantly enhance your style sheet's maintainability and add powerful functionalities. For scalable projects, always organize your CSS using modular files, consistent naming conventions, and custom properties or variables.